Welcome to the Militia Gaming community. I'm Trigger, and we've got a brand new legendary custom, Lotus Exige. Let's go! Real quick before I get into the video, if you're playing Unbound, that means that you might need someone to play with, and that's where NFS Battles comes into play. If you go to nfsbattles.com, it's a website I created for leaderboards, 1v1s, 2v2s, and 4v4 competitions on both Unbound and Need for Speed Heat. So go over there, check it out, join the leaderboard. It's completely free. It's just built for the community. You guys can use it however you'd like. All right. Let's get into this Exige. So this is one of the DLC packs for Need for Speed Unbound Volume 4. It's a very nice looking car. However, there's certain things that I really like about it, and there's a couple of things I don't really like about it. And the main thing is that it's 10 bucks to buy this legendary body kit, and you get 10 speed pass levels in addition to that. I think that's nice, but at the same time, the speed pass levels are the thing that I want to play. It's the thing that I want to gain XP for and level up, because that gives me a reason to play the game, and I actually really like the game. So I'm not too keen on those speed pass levels in terms of those adding value to that $9.99. With that being said, let's take a look at the car, because there's a lot of like little details that I think a lot of people are going to miss just by looking at it online or looking at a video of someone driving it or something like that. Let's take a look at all of the fine details. All right, the first thing is this wrap actually glows. I'm not like a huge fan of the wrap, but I think it's nice looking, and it does have some unique features that you can't really get with other cars and just the normal decals that you can put on here. So the wrap is nice. The body kit is great. Super wide body, insane wheel fitment. I love the gap right here in this between the fender and the body of the car. I don't know if that was intentional or if it's a bug, but I do like it because it makes the front end seem like it's a little bit disconnected. It feels very go-kart-ish. But you've got the battery stuff in the front. Kind of weird, to be honest with you, but I think it looks all right. It's different. It doesn't have the hood. And then if we go around to the back, you've got this big turbo sticking out the back over here. You can see the full engine, all the engine parts. It looks really nice. And then this giant exhaust pipe coming off the back that leads to these quad tip exhausts here that actually come out of the tailpipe. So this is something I don't think a lot of people noticed in the trailer or in any of the online pictures. It's kind of hard to tell, but if you look here, these exhaust pipes actually come out of the tail lights, which is really cool. The other thing I noticed is that the Lotus sign at the bottom on the bumper is actually the reverse lights, so you can see they turn on whenever you reverse, which is actually quite nice. I actually like that a lot. Let's do some exhaust examples here. So you've got the little pops coming out of the taillights. I love it, actually. All of the NOS fire and sparks and stuff comes out of the tailpipe as well. So I actually really like that. It's a nice addition to the car. On the top of that, the kit itself looks great, dude. The spoiler looks great. It follows the lines of the car almost to where you can't even really see it until you get to a certain angle. I love it. I love the big roof scoop. All of that is awesome. The one thing that I think I would change with this car is the paint job, the wrap. I'm not a huge fan of it. I mean, it looks okay, but I'm not a huge fan of this like minty green. So what I want to do is actually change that, and you can. Let's go into the customization real quick, because this car is actually fully customizable. All right, so this car, along with all of the other legendary body kit cars, can be completely customized. It's literally just the regular Lotus Exige with a custom kit on it. So if you go into body and you go to body kits, there are multiple kits that you can apply, right? You have 3 different kits, one of them being the legendary custom, and you can just change it to whatever you want. But if you're going to do that, what's the whole point of getting the legendary custom edition? Why pay the extra money for it? Well, the extra money is good because you can actually change the color of the wheels, you can change the wrap, and you can keep the legendary body kit. So if we keep the kit, we go back to paint and wrap, remove wrap. Now you've got a base color. This particular one is orange, but let's go ahead and keep the orange for now, but you can make it whatever color you want. Just go into wrap, change the color to whatever you'd like. You can also add decals and change it and make it look however you want it to be. But I'm going to leave it orange for right now. You can actually go to the body parts, go to edit body parts, and then go to the wheels. Now we just take the rims, go to primary color, and swap it over to orange if we'd like, just to match the orange theme that we've got going on this car. This is kind of a bright orange, isn't it? Don't see a matching orange That looks pretty close. Maybe a little brighter. All right, so this looks pretty close. So let's back out and look at the car. All right, so I'd say this looks pretty good. You got a nice little black and orange Lotus Exige with the legendary kit on it. I love this. It just looks so freaking good. It looks so much better than the stock Lotus. It's one of the best looking kits in the game. I don't know if it beats out the Viper. The Viper is insane. I think that kit is just too good. I just wish that car was more applicable to the game, like more like better in racing and things like that. But this car is so useful, and I think that's part of the reason why this kit might be worth purchasing. If you have the extra money, I think you should go for it. The kit looks really good, and you can customize it to where you want it in terms of its color. This is just a very nice looking car. All right, let's take it outside the garage. Let's see how it sounds, and then I'll give you my favorite build for this car. Oh, we got really good turbo noise. Check that out. Oh, that's so good. Let me turn this up for you. It's so good. Nice flutter, a nice build-up. Oh, it's so good. All right. Let me give you the build. All right, so starting with the engine, we've got the 218 horsepower, 1.8 liter i4. All right, and the parts are as follows. You've got the Pro induction, the Sport ECU, Pro fuel system, Sport exhaust, Pro single turbo, and the Sport nitrous. Then for the chassis, we're doing Elite neutral suspension, Super brakes, Super grip tires, Pro clutch, and the 5-speed gearbox with Elite differential, NOS drift, and NOS grip. Again, this is a grip A build, and I think this car does very well in A. It's got a top speed of 152 with a 0 to 60 3.5, and then you've got 273 horsepower, 183 on the max torque. It seems a little light, right? But this is one of the smallest cars in the game, and it absolutely rocks, dude. This is a very, very quick car. It works very well on pretty much anything because it does have that 153 top speed. It's very well rounded. I would take this on any of the A tracks, and you can definitely beat most of your competition with it. Keep in mind, because it has that short wheelbase, this thing turns on a dime. I mean, you don't even really have to micro drift most of the corners. Even the tight switchbacks, you can get away with not micro drifting because it handles so well. And when you come out of those corners, you end up with a 3 bar of burst NOS. This is something that works very, very well for A class. However, I've seen a lot of people build it up into A plus. So if you want to do that, just dump a bunch more power into it till you get to the top of A plus. I've also seen people in S, but to me it's a little bit squirrely for S. I would keep it in A or A plus. The handling for this A build is 100% grip, steering all the way up, and downforce all the way up. Traction control is off, and drift entry is on brake tap. That's just the standard for grip builds. And that is it, my friends. Let's talk a little bit about if this thing is worth it. So from my perspective, I think that this is supporting the speed pass if you buy this car. The reason I say that is because you get 10 speed pass levels and the legendary kit for this car. It's sort of a little bit of a bonus, as if this speed pass gave you this car on tier 1. There's a lot of like battle passes that will do that. They'll put a really nice little thing that's on tier 1 for you. If you pay for it, you get that thing right away. And so I feel like that's what this is. This is sort of like buying the speed pass and supporting the speed pass system. So if you like that and you want to see future speed passes, I think this is the DLC to buy. That being said, you're not actually buying anything for the speed pass. You have to keep that in mind. I know that not everybody has the budget to spend $9.99 on one car and 10 speed pass levels. I get it, but if you've got the money, this car is really cool, and it works in a variety of classes because the build is very, very good. You can customize it to your liking. These wheels are only available as part of this Volume 4 DLC. They're on this car and I think one other car in the DLCs. So you can't really get these wheels on any other car. And to be honest, they're kind of some of the nicer wheels that I've seen. I love this giant disc that they have. Anyway, I just think that it's totally up to you and your finances. But from my perspective, if you want to support the game and you only have $10 to spend, this is the kit to get. I think the other two kits are a little bit, but I'll go into depth on those kits a little bit more. We'll go into each of those cars and give you a video on those, plus a build as well. So anyway, enjoy the build, enjoy the car if you end up buying it. It's a really cool car. It drives very well. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you on the next one. Trigger out.